We are talking about in general because we understand right now crypto is not allowed in Pakistan.
Once the reward outweighs the risk by a significant margin, every transaction that is processed on ETH, trading is completely different from investing. As an investor, you would have a different mindset. As a trader, you would have a completely different mindset.
So when we talk about trading, what are the exchanges people use? कि लोगों को platforms नहीं पता होते. They want to get into things, but they don't know कि हमने कौन सी exchange पे जाना है, कौन सी website पे जाना है, कहाँ पे कोई research करनी है, कहाँ पे कोई document पढ़ना है, या कैसे trading करनी है. Can you elaborate a little bit on that point of view कि कौन कौन सी exchanges available हैं that people are they're user friendly as well, right? Because trading also can be technical sometimes, so the easier the app is, the easier it is for some people to do trading. So what are the apps you also use, and what are the exchanges available for people to utilize as far as trading and getting into trading is concerned?
Right. So there are multiple exchanges that are centralized, that are decentralized. There are multiple wallets that we can use to hold our assets and to store our assets. So let's break it down from the basics.
Right.
First, what we have to think about is how do we monitor the prices of everything, right?
Yes.
There are hundreds and hundreds of cryptocurrencies. How do we know what Bitcoin is trading at right now? How do we know what Ethereum is trading at right now? So the first website and the most popular website, and they also have an application, is CoinMarketCap.
Okay.
And on CoinMarketCap, you can find the top cryptocurrencies by market cap valuation, and they have a very extensive portal for people that are interested in researching and finding about what cryptocurrencies are available to trade, on what exchanges they would be available to trade or invest in, what their current prices are, their historical price action, as well as any upcoming news that could potentially allow for price appreciation or price depreciation. So CoinMarketCap is my favorite index for tracking prices. For exchanges, it varies. So for US based customers, I would always recommend Coinbase. For international customers, I'm sure most of our viewers would have already heard of Binance. While Binance is great, my preferred choice is Bybit. I believe they have a much better user experience, and it is accessible in most countries around the world. But of course, depending on the country that you are living in, that you are residing in, you have to check their local laws. And a lot of exchanges will work in certain countries, and a lot of exchanges will not. So as crypto continues to go through this regulatory phase, and as more and more countries start implementing their framework and their laws, we'll have new exchanges and we'll have more clarity on what exchanges can be used.
So if you were to say the top 3 exchanges will be what? You said
for me, Coinbase,
right? Coinbase,
Bybit,
Binance, or KuCoin.
Binance is great. It's a fantastic platform. They've done a lot for the space. I personally do not trade on Binance, but yeah, it's a great exchange, as is KuCoin, like you mentioned.
So I just heard you say something. You said the market cap, something like that you said in the middle when you were talking about the exchanges.
Right.
So is that something to look out for when people are choosing their coins, the market cap of a coin? Is that important for somebody to choose which coin they want to invest in? And what is the market cap?
Brilliant question. So I think defining what a market cap is may get too technical for our audience, but yes, market cap is something that I personally look at more than the actual price.
Okay.
So something can be for $1, but the market cap would be, say, 100 million, right? So relative to that, you have to choose what assets you're investing in. Of course, an asset that has a market cap of 1 billion will not grow as quickly or not appreciate in price as much as an asset with a market cap of 100 million. You're talking about a 10x difference between
because
the two.
Because there's a cap in there, right? Okay.
Exactly. So it would take a lot less liquidity for something that has a middle or lower market cap to go up in price quickly and more strongly than it would for something like Bitcoin, for example. So we are currently entering the stage of the market where focus will be on lower market cap tokens. You know, we have Bitcoin already at such a high market cap. So when we're thinking about return, yes, Bitcoin will continue to go up. But from these levels, from this market cap, in this cycle, maybe it goes up another 2x from these levels,
Right.
maybe another 40% from these levels. However, we have a lot of these lower market cap tokens that are now getting liquidity rotated into them, and they have the potential to go up 3x or 2x or 5x. And if you're going into riskier assets, then we've seen many tokens also go up 10x or 15x as well.
So basically जो मुझे आपकी इस बात से एक समझ आई है, because to be very honest, you have also cleared me a little bit. मैं हमेशा ये समझता था कि मार्केट कैप जिसका ज़्यादा है वो कॉइन ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग और अच्छा है. But that's a very good point you just made कि you also have to look at कि जिसका market cap कम है, it has potential to grow.
Exactly.
Because जिसका market cap पूरा हो चुका है तो obviously he is at a very top level.
Exactly.
But if you want to make money, then you have to look at it. So इसी बात को आगे ले जाते हुए, quick question, just an overview. I know these will be very technical things, or we don't have time, and people might get confused. But simple
Also,
question.
sorry to interrupt you, but just to add something on the market cap side of things. So this is a mistake that a lot of new investors make, right? And it's a mistake that I've personally made countless times myself. When something launches and it has a lot of hype around it, right? So people will see it's at 5 cents or 6 cents, and they'll automatically think, okay, this is my moonshot. This is going to go to $1. I'm going to be a millionaire. It doesn't work like that. So even at 3 cents, an asset can have a market cap of $1 billion. It's possible for it to have a market cap of $1 billion, right? So how much can that asset increase? Maybe a 1.5, maybe a 2x. So that's why market cap is definitely way more important than the actual dollar price of an asset.
So उसी को बात को आगे ले जाते हुए, तो फॉर इंस्टेंस मैं एक नॉर्मल ट्रेडर हूँ, मैं एक चीज़ खरीदना चाह रहा हूँ, बट मुझे उस कॉइन के बारे में कुछ नॉलेज चाहिए, राइट? कि एक तो ब्लॉकचेन हो गया कि कौन सी चेन से वो बनता हुआ आ रहा है, तो हमें पता है कि पीछे उसकी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है, कि वो चलेगा या फ्लॉप हो जाएगा या फेक है. So is there any kind of a white paper or a document or a license or something people can look into before buying a product? And if they don't look at the market cap, ये सारे scenarios matter करते हैं. But is there a thing called a white paper or a page of any coin, or and how do people go and see that?
Right. So yes, you're absolutely right. All of these tokens have white papers. The first white paper that was released was Bitcoins by Satoshi Nakamoto, and it was titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer cash system. So Ethereum has its own white paper. Assets like AVAX, Solana, even a lot of meme coins have their own white paper. So yes, you would go on that products or that asset's website, and you would be easily be able to navigate to their white paper.
And these things are also available on these exchanges when you go to the coins information and all the history?
They will not be available on the exchanges. No, you will have to. So CoinMarketCap. So when you go to CoinMarketCap and you click on any of the assets that you are interested in, it will give you the whole history of that asset, B, links to its website, C, links to its white paper, D, what the community feels about the token, and then also what exchanges you can buy that token on.
Very nice, very nice. So what do you think? What are the risks involved in crypto and trading and digital currency as we talk about it?
So the risks are, as with any investment, is the number one rule is you can never invest what you cannot afford to lose. Absolutely. And that is the reason most people are losers as an investor and as a trader, is because they overinvest. They overinvest due to many factors, due to maybe their friends telling them, due to them hearing news, media reports about cryptocurrency, and due to them just being involved in the general hype and enthusiasm that takes over when we're in a bull market.
What about greed? Do you think greed is also a factor?
100%, of course. But it starts with people investing more than what they have the stomach for. So it's very easy. It's great when it's going in your favor. But when it starts coming against you, and you are unable to manage positions of that size, whether you're a trader or whether you're an investor, that's when you take losses, because that's when you start getting fear. And in times of fear is when people like me purchase, and in times of greed is, instead of me buying, I would be selling. So that is the mindset that you should have coming into an investment, is you really cannot bring your emotions into this game. it is based on fundamentals, it is based on research, and it is based on experience. You cannot time the market from anywhere. You cannot say, oh, I'm going to wait for this to happen, I'm going to get in at this level. And the market is the king, and we all have to listen to what the market tells us and respond accordingly to the market when it wants us to respond and how it wants us to respond. So for anyone starting out investing, I would look at your overall portfolio size and what you want to invest, and definitely think about, if that is an amount that you are comfortable seeing going to zero. Because yes, it absolutely can happen that you invest in Bitcoin and it goes to zero the next day. Will it happen? 99% chance that it does not happen. But yes, you have to always think of your risk. Your risk needs to be managed before you think about profit. The people that make mistakes are they're coming into the game and they're thinking about, okay, I'm going to make this much money, but they're not thinking about what their potential loss is. As personally, as a trader who's been trading for several years, anytime I take a position for myself, the first thing that is defined is how much am I willing to lose on this trade personally,
Right.
not what my gain can potentially be. Because as I said before, especially in cryptocurrencies, your upside is honestly, it's uncapped. It's your risk that you have to protect, because you cannot fire something if you have no ammunition, right?
Absolutely.
If you've run out of your clips, then you have nothing to reload your
Absolutely.
firearms with. So you need to make sure that your risk is managed, otherwise the market will manage it for you.